Sì, le cortine sono sempre più instantane, rese a cortini. In genere, asciutti sono most perfect. At si suppose, in fact, che sulle tasi da ripetere si dice totally, metti che cloud in sky, considering yesterday, according what I read, and also according considering what I read, considering my sensation, other things, it's most sure that later might become darker, bleaker, and also at material, it's exactly at yesterday, so this night it was raining where, um, if not enough moments of the day, let's see we see what happens. But as soon as you intelligence wizard, si pensa sì, if can scream today, Rikia, bad. So season, we take a new white curtain with the green flowers, long flowers, a mix between the plants. This is a new curtain since last November 162, among other things, so the birthday of the previous curtain, in particular the birthday, the previous curtain, it was a beautiful grey with a beautiful painted ribbons, but to ripple this thing, the passage from the previous to new curtain, nothing is related to it, three comment section, perhaps a fourth comment, or the point third it should be over the first comment, see comment section to deep and sitting. I don't know if you can see it really well. This is shot near me. I think of yes. Green flowers and long flowers mixed with new plants. Or if not, surely better, even better, surely better. So I shot practically the first part of the video, which per usual I showed you the sky atmosphere, the weather, the sky atmosphere from the window. Or also, from this other particle is a shot similar to classical shot of a film more than 3 seconds of the curtain, perhaps also for the first curtain colored, even if I don't remember exactly this, sure, colored curtain still in cover image of so maybe time one day actually change it, and this shot is also related to this effect that both when there is a green shoot and also when there is, but more when there is, you effect image, let's see the latest picture sentence, in this case already used for the curtain, and also in this case, also for the first curtain for mistake, but also in this case, the color of the curtain, also in this case, I don't remember. Okay, and now sorry, but I repeat also in this case, sometimes and now I say already this speech and sentence also for this new curtain, and this little speech and sentence is this, but also and always better visible for me in its entirety. In this shot, at this point, this immediate general shot. Sì, carino, uscito non televisivo, per fatemi sì, non televisivo, penso first days of last October, poi in general, today televisivo, sono si chiese also that si related special sentence for the good team, because is valid also for it. So I repeat once again, but also and always better visible for me, its activity, green shot, anticipanti prima gen shot, anticipanti si mythical gen shot. And finally, from a medieval keyboard, an AGX 640, PG 625, also in the case of similar gen shot. Yeah, wasting all the people of Lausanne reports is like getting to Arrow. So I'm building my sister. So myself, also Busquets, and finally, I hope you will angry at the breakfast. Dates that in general also massive, and I see you get me for mass, but the more important is that it's very fun, ragazzi, mi sembra una tre su stare in facca breakfast, fiantene si fermita. E starto vita, fiantene parte in mertiere, tu devi essere, si finca te record, these records, sembrano tre su straccio. How to repeat, how to be close as you got the record. Late tools for members. They're just really obviously just running code 1333 minutes. At the important thing to show is the members that in some way also they fortunately I'm really angry. And as we always say, e che fa se suona una mossa di ultima telefono absolutely non si è in sé most wania I also solo sto conti single che fa tutto reason Friday ma ti si scioglie bitane pure hai promesso to do it one time so ne time c'è mettersi di video presi detto nei ci starte così o le things and for non shot più se non c'è gioco più so che bazzo mosso wania ma stiamo così and for these other biscuits in fact other my favorite fact there are many beautiful combos with beautiful biscuits yes I think it one of my not second starter biscuits are chocolate chip cookies chocolate chip cookies the cookies di chips chocolate chips fanno tutti mistake also favorite biscuits sono in Salince but in particular nothing that you say red and is first one but the milk factor so short so link to coffee obviously but also che chocolate fa così un tasso una short fragment di videos una short nei last I think 5-6 months as this should be done to beer also si chiede lo sto conto se non è da ci potesse su also si chiede should be done to beer also si chiede should be done to beer also lo sto conto se non è da ci potesse su there was one more quick because it finished now it is one second we brought it to one second I think 131 32 33 34 days as soon as I was sto conto ci bisogna capire se non è da ci potesse su so since that moment today I pattern inserted it once again in the micro very good news in this also the effect di quasi backpass o questa bomba si vede in particolare mega bomba so che se la spirits gioco io so vedo che most mania of course some anything to first time so that period and if some will so che toll Nicolas backpass questa mega bomba second thing is about sia fa mi frabio sia sarà con anzi ragazzi mi state recupero position mi cosa ma te che preso position per minare pam Italian sì, the answer fast goes I do recommend them to you because they are really super bad. Adesso, domani suppose fanno dai, quello non ti tomare tutto il ma guarda sì.